again, I'm asking that why is the impression being created that Dr. George Akufo Dampare is untouchable? And I'm asking that all my friends in the NPP, and indeed those who are making the argument that he should be allowed to stay on, none has been able to provide any indicators for us to measure that he has been so effective, for which reason, or he has undertaken such pragmatic reforms within the service, for which reason he should be allowed to stay. It is all about he's a good man. And I'm saying that you don't measure the effectiveness of IGP with populist moves. And I'm getting sick with this argument of he's a good man. I keep telling you that I have respect for him. And I'm not even happy having this conversation and trying to delve into, but what is the metric? How are we measuring his effectiveness?
Okay.
Look, professionalism in the police service under Dampare has been thrown to the dogs. There are many instances where we encounter policemen and women, and you can see clearly that the so-called perception of effectiveness is only tied to the IGP's populist moves of he himself buying kinky and fish by the road or other things. It is never about any reforms within the police service.
So you are not convinced that...
I'm not convinced that
Dampare has done a good job?
No, I didn't say that. Okay. I'm not convinced that Dr. George Akufo Dampare has been so effective, so transformational in his work, such that he could not be changed.
Okay.
Again, President Mahama has the ultimate responsibility when he took the oath of office to keep this country safe. So if acting in consultation with the police council, he decides to appoint COP Yohunu, it tells me, I am convinced that he believes COP Yohunu will perform better than the person he is replacing.
Okay, that's fine.
I can see what my brother Edem is trying to do. He's trying to give us the reasons which inform the president, and being a member of the NDC, a member of Parliament, I'm sure he has enough information. So he's able to tell us, for instance, that the Dampare's era, at the time, professionalism was thrown to the dogs, to quote him. He is saying that Akufo Dampare was a populist. So he is telling the people of Ghana that the IGP was such a populist person. There was no professionalism because under his reign, professionalism was thrown to the dogs.
Sorry, John. I need to clarify something. I think it's important because he was talking to the public, but of course I was here. I heard him. He did not tell us that the reasons he's adducing.
Let me make my point.
No, just a second.
But we're here.
I'll do same. I'll do same for you because my job is to make sure that the records are set straight.
Okay.
He was.
You know, my brother said, and I'm surprised with the kind of posturing the NDC have started taking, that I am sick and tired. And he said it, that he's sick and tired.
Yes.
That people are asking for questions.
No, he said it was
sick and tired.
He said it was
for asking questions why the IGP was removed. He said this is what this so-called resetting is about. John, when we ask questions, you are sick and tired.
Yeah, John, he said it was his personal view. Because I asked him. No, listen, I asked him.
No, but you see,
I
see the way
he knows.
No, but I premised my submission
yes.
by saying that my brother is an NDC.
Okay.
He is a member of Parliament.
True.
Good one as that. He's my very good friend.
Okay.
They are in the thick of affairs.
Okay.
Unless there's another reason the president or the presidency is going to give to us, I am inclined to go by what he's saying.
Okay, that's fine.
That under Akufo Dampare's reign, professionalism was thrown to the dogs. That is why he's been removed. That is the statement NDC is saying. Metro, here after here, published that from my brother Agbana.
I hope you're not suggesting this is the official position of the government
don't
or the
mind.
party.
Don't
I hope
mind.
you're not suggesting so.
Don't mind.
But
Okay,
that's my only concern.
So
I mean,
I'm sure he'll be
that's
back.
fine.
He'll be back to respond to that. But in his view, okay, let me just grant him that.
Yes.
Edem, I'll grant you that in your view, under Dampare's reign, there was so much populism, and that Dampare's acts were full of populist acts. Okay, and that he said also that there were no reforms under Dampare's reign. I mean, look, I am no fan of any individual police officer. I am no fan of Dampare nor Yohonu. What I want is for the work to be done. Dampare's work will be judged by the people of Ghana. Dampare's work will be properly judged by those who failed some form of safety in the country. Dampare's reign will be judged by all of us, including you, Mr. Moderator. You know what the man has done. The man is not 60 years. They haven't given any reason for his removal. And you know the sad thing? This is a government that, before it was formed, the NDC political party felt that if a matter is in the Supreme Court, it should be treated as sacrosanct, even in Parliament. Okay, when it came to the issue of dismissal, when the leader of our party in Parliament, Osahene Afenyomarkin, tried to raise the issue of dismissal of the hundreds of thousands of workers by the chief of staff, what did the first deputy speaker say? He ruled that once the matter is in the Supreme Court, Parliament could not go in, and that we couldn't even discuss it in Parliament. That was the ruling of an NDC first deputy speaker of Parliament. Now, the same NDC, when a matter is in the Supreme Court, and ruling is supposed to be given, in fact, judgment is supposed to be given in May, when an application for injunction has been filed, you violate all that and go ahead and appoint somebody into an office which is being contested. You violate the Supreme Court, you violate the Constitution, you think that you are all in all, and the argument is that the people of Ghana have given them overwhelming majority, and so they can do anything. John Mahama has become an emperor. Emperor John Mahama. Disregard anything, even from the Supreme Court. And that is what we are witnessing. I am very sad that our president couldn't just wait for 2 months for the Supreme Court to make his decision before he went ahead to make this appointment. For me, I think that he's, if you look at the release and the article, the article of 1913, Mr. President is actually, without giving us this valid reason, without just cause, is acting in excess of his jurisdiction.
John, you have just one question before you come in. John, I'm sure you have a police protection. You have a police protection.
Well, I'm entitled to it, but I haven't even taken it.
You haven't taken
it. Edem may have taken
okay,
it.
so
I drive alone, I work alone.
If you intend to take...
but you don't feel safe at the NDC.
I don't have police protection.
If you intend to
we
take
are entitled to, but no one in the 9th Parliament currently.
Yeah, John, but if you intend to take up that offer, right?
Take it.
If you intend to take up that offer,
yes.
Would you wish that you are allowed to, for instance, give an opinion or to suggest or to recommend somebody you'd want to protect you? Or you'd say you don't mind?
Yes,
I mean, whoever is giving you don't care. You don't mind. You don't mind.
People of Ghana. He's not supposed to protect the president. His first duty is to protect the people of Ghana. Let's make it clear. He's not. I'm not sure the present argument is that he's looking for an IGP that will protect him. I mean, that would be another reason we want to scrutinize that he's appointing a police officer who can protect him. So it's about him, not about the people of Ghana.
I think the principle behind the question I'm asking is, you don't think the president deserves the right to determine who he's comfortable working with?
Okay, you see, that is a very important question.
Okay.
If the framers of our constitution wanted that to be done, they would have stated so clearly. So when it comes to governance, it's not so much about what you want. It is about what the law says, about what the constitution says. So for instance, if the constitution wanted a situation where the president will appoint, let's say, Supreme Court judges he is comfortable with that parliamentary approval, the Constitution would have stated so, that the President will appoint members of the Supreme Court without parliamentary advice and consent requirements. But the Constitution didn't do that. The Constitution wanted a situation where the legislature would scrutinize the people who want to send to the Supreme Court. So there is that checks and balances. So the Constitution said, if you want to remove people in the public service, and you see, if an ordinary police officer is supposed to get this requirement, that he's supposed to, if you want to remove him, you're supposed to ensure that you're doing that for a just cause. How much more the IGP? How much more the IGP? So the Constitution did not anticipate a situation where every president will come and for his own safety remove security officers. It has to be for a just cause and is provided for under the Constitution. What is the cause? Unless, I mean, you've told me not to take Edem's opinion because that is not the official position. Then we would like to know why you are doing that. Because you see, that's what I'm saying. The principle of constitutionalism, ask any lawyer, is that you give the president power, but you also try to restrain the exercise of that power to create a balance. You know, the reason for all of that is for the protection of the individual. And so the laws are not created for the benefit of the president. It's created for the benefit of the people on which, he presides.
Boro.
Okay.
Just a quick one. Let me begin by stating that I think that my colleague John Darko is trying to set his own questions and provide answers. Maybe because he was late, he did not follow my line of arguments on this. I have said that yes, the president has not provided reasons why he's appointing COP Yohuno. But those who are making an argument for Dr. Dampare to stay make the argument that he's a good man. And I am questioning that what makes him the good man and who defines him as a good man? Is it when, as IGP, you dance at a funeral or at a festival with your police officers that makes you a good man? Is it when, as IGP, you step out of your car to buy kenke and fish by the roadside but that makes you an effective IGP?
But I'm not cutting.
Is it when? No, I allowed you. So I'll come there. I'll come for the reason.
For a just cause.
Is that what makes you an effective IGP? I just want to know from those people. But moving on, I am surprised that John has taken this position, asking for the president to provide reasons or justification. I have here in my hand a letter signed by Eugene Ahin, Director of Communications, Office of the President, in under President Akufo-Addo, 21st July 2021, for immediate release. This is the letter, and the heading: President Akufo-Addo appoints COP George Akufo Dampare as acting IGP, and Deputy Director General Isaac Kofi Ejiri as acting Director General of the Prison Service. First paragraph. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has directed the Inspector General of Police, Mr. James Opon-Buenua, to embark on terminal leave with effect from Sunday, 1st August 2021, pending his retirement from the police service on Thursday, 7th October 2021. That is for the IGP.
Let's interrogate it. He was supposed to go for a terminal leave. No,
but
I'm saying that.
So allow me to
look at 1913.
John,
look at 1913.
John, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
And remove her from office.
John, I am getting there. No, John, I'm getting there.
Please allow him.
Allow me to get there. Allow me to get there.
Go ahead.
You want us to talk law, okay? This, you cited Article 1912, which says that 191B, a member of the public services shall not be dismissed or removed from office or reduced in rank or otherwise punished without just cause. Was the direction or the instruction to let Opon-Buenua proceed on leave?
Opon-Buenua,
I don't know how to put it.
Yes.
That directive for President Akufo-Addo.
Yes.
Is that in line with this constitution? The point must be made that the Constitution gives the President of the Republic the power to appoint the Inspector General of Police. And so if you, John Darko, you become the Inspector General of Police, and the President of the day decides that in line with my vision for the police service and to ensure the safety and security of Ghanaians, I think that Moro will better serve as the IGP, and he appoints Moro as the IGP. He has not removed you from the police service. Neither has he removed or reduced your rank. Because the position of IGP technically is not a rank, it is a position within the service. You understand? And so it is very basic. If today, as a member of parliament, the president cannot, or my party chairman cannot remove me as a member of parliament, but if, as say majority leader, the party decides that in the interest of our caucus, we want to make another person the majority leader, as we saw in the 8th parliament with those changes, it doesn't mean that those who were in leadership and were removed have been removed from parliament. The position of IGP is a privilege which you were appointed to by the president. And for that, at any point in time, in exercise of the president's constitutional mandate, you can be removed from that privilege or that position. But the president, in the letter appointing COP Yohunu, did not anywhere state that Dr. John Dampare has been sacked from the police service. Did not state that Dr. John Dampare's rank as COP before he became IGP has been reduced as punishment. And so where is this argument? Okay, it's a privilege.
Let's just read the second paragraph. It says he replaces Dr. George Akufu Dampare
as IGP.
So he's been removed
from the police service.
He's been removed.
No. How can you make that argument? That, I mean, sorry to say, but it sounds ridiculous to make the argument that if the letter says Yohunu replaces Dr. Dampare as IGP, it means that he has been removed from the police service. He has not. Until he retires. No, but you don't even expect the letter to give you all of those all those explanations. But why? You can check. He has not been removed from the police service. It's a privilege. And even he, Dr. Dampare himself, when he was appointed, he proceeded to make changes to the police leadership. There were people that were directors of IT, director of operations, and many others. He replaced them. It doesn't mean he has removed their rank. It is the privilege to serve in that position that was taken away from him. And so legally, the president has not erred, or the president has not acted or done anything that is unconstitutional. So your interpretation of Article 191B is very problematic. And I think you should take a look at it again. You asked a very important question about police protection. As part of our entitlement in Parliament, as part of our privileges, we are entitled to a police guard. A police guard. And all of us, as members of Parliament, have the power to decide who should be that police guard. So it is not the police protection unit, the PPU in Parliament, that decides that this officer of ours should become Edem's bodyguard. We were given forms where you request. So you can request a police officer as long as the person is in the service.
You mean of your choice?
Of your choice. So I can request that.
Okay.
I can request that my sister, who is a police officer in Bolga today, should become a police guard. Okay. And so I am just to request for her to be brought to me.
And it's well within your right.
It is. That is. In fact, that is the principle.
Okay.
And so all of us have forms. I was given my forms about 2 months ago. Personally, I tell my friends, and my friends know that you know me, that I'm a very simple guy. I said, no, I don't want a police guard. But that is because I have become a property of the state. And so the state feels that in order to protect me, they must give me a police guard. But the choice as to who protects me is mine to make. So the president is well within his rights to decide who should be his IGP. It doesn't mean the IGP is the one providing protection to the president as an individual. But the president as John Dramani Mahama, president as Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo when he was president, president as Professor Mills of blessed memory, they do not represent their individual interest any longer. They represent the state. That is why even when they have programs or they are to attend, let me put this in a very simplistic way, family meetings, the state will provide enough security because the person has become of national interest or a public asset or a national asset. And so we are to choose who our police guards will be in parliament. Even ministers of state who are entitled to, they decide who should be their guard because you must be comfortable. Look, many of the...
But he raises the counter argument that the IGP is not the personal bodyguard
so
of the president.
That is what
so
I'm explaining to you. That's what I'm explaining to you. That is why the framers of the Constitution gave the power to appoint the IGP to the president. Because the president, it is no more about, sorry to put it this way, John Dramani Mahama as an individual. The president is an embodiment of our nation. He carries the aspirations.
Collective, you mean?
Collective, our collective interest.
Yeah.
He carries the aspirations and the hopes of the Ghanaian people. And so, President Mahama today cannot on his own decide that he loves to ride bicycles, and so he can just jump on his bicycle and be riding through town. Why would the state limit him? Because, God forbid, but if anything happens to the president of the land, it affects the entire nation. And so, it is not about President Mahama as an individual. It is about the fact that he is carrying with him the responsibility to ensure the safety of every Ghanaian. So he decides who should lead the police service. And I tell you, even though COP Yohunu has been in the police service for so many decades now, as he has become IGP, the next thing you will see is that he will also decide who should be his director for operations, his director of why? Because when you are in leadership, when you hold such a sensitive position, you want to be in command over the people you are working with. And let me say this just briefly. Look, when you study most of the military takeovers or coups that have happened in Africa and elsewhere, it usually happens or starts from people who are close to the presidents.
Okay.
Why? Because their positions are very key. And that is why the Constitution did not say when you appoint an IGP, let him come before Parliament for Parliament to vet him.
Okay.
And that's why the Constitution did not give Parliament the right to approve or disapprove the President's nominee for IGP, okay, but gave the same Parliament the power to approve or disapprove President's nominee for the Supreme Court. Gave Parliament the power to approve the President's nominee for his ministers or to disapprove. But for IGP, but for head of the security agencies, the power solely lies with the President, acting in consultation with the various security councils. And so let us allow President Mahama
to
do
John, I know you have a lot to say, but just a second.